What's up, guys? We're gonna go for a little walk, and I'm gonna vlog while I walk, and I think that's what I'm gonna do today. Just give you a little walking vlog. Walking the dogs and vlogging. You wanna go for a walk?
Go for a walk.
You wanna go for a...
Show how hard it is to get all their shit out.
So I'm just gonna let you do it. I'm just gonna sit here.
Come here.
They're like, I wanna go, but I don't wanna wear it.
Good. Go is real. Good girl. Okay, Kermie, come. Kermie, come. Kermie, you wanna go for a walk?
Mama.
Wanna go for a walk? Come here.
Wanna go for a walk? Oh, got him.
Got.
Got the bags. Hey guys, so we're just on a walk right now. That's Jenna. She's trolling behind me. Hey, don't get behind me. Goof, you goof. Just walk with me. We have this tradition on Sundays and also other days, but mostly Sundays, where we watch our favorite HBO shows.
Sunday is the day of the TVs. Not only is it cheat day and relax day as much as possible, but it's the best day for TV on HBO.
We have our HBO shows, and we wanted to talk to you guys about our favorite HBO shows because we haven't ever talked about that. Girls Looking. Now it's also Togetherness, which is a new show. And then we watched this new series last night called The Jinx. And it's about this guy.
I've been waiting for it.
It's about this guy, Robert Durst. We'll get to that though. We want to start with girls.
I hate Watch Girls. This is not sponsored by HBO.
No, not at all sponsored by HBO. So girls we used to love, but it's become kind of like a joke now because...
No, I don't think I ever really loved girls. Like, I don't play people that love girls.
You loved Girls.
Yeah,
you absolutely loved Girls. You showed Girls to me. You were like, this is a great show, and we watched it.
Yeah, because it's worth watching. I'm not saying it's not worth watching. Of course it is. That's why I continue to watch it. But it infuriates me to no end. Well, because I'm sick of reading how Lena Dunham is the voice of a generation, and there is just nothing in my being that relates to any fucking shit that happens on that show.
Yeah, especially with her character. Her character is especially obnoxious and entitled, and I don't know. Good girl. Looking, on the other hand, Looking is a show about a group of friends in San Francisco, and they're all gay. And I'm gonna pick up poop real quick, hold on. So Looking, we're done with Girls, that's it. we like watching Girls, but at the same time we kind of like hate watch it. Looking, we discovered because they started they did a low winter sun thing, like with Breaking Bad. They had their promos right after when Girls was on, so we were just like, you know what, why don't we try it out? We loved it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Like all the characters, all the characters have like really great developed personalities. The relationships are good, but it's a great show. Like the stories that they tell and the things they go through. Yes, it's centered around being gay in San Francisco, but it's about like a lot more than
the human feelings.
The human feelings. So Looking is another one of our real favorites. And now recently, the way we discovered Looking, we discovered Togetherness, which is a show by the Duplass brothers.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the Duplass brothers. Yeah, it's just like real life human feelings. Like, I don't know. It's something about these shows, like, and HBO just does shit so well.
Fucking The Jinx.
Okay, so let's get to The Jinx.
I've wanted to watch it since I've been seeing previews for it. I'm like, God, when does that fucking come out? Because I love, it makes me feel so bad that I love watching like Dateline and like murder stuff. And Julian's always like, why are you watching all this stuff?
No, I mean, like, yeah, because it's like, that's why you watch SVU. It's dark and it's cool. I don't know. The Jinx is this series. I thought it was a one-time thing, but it's a whole series about this guy named Robert Durst. It's like a documentary slash
docu-series.
See, that's the thing, like, it's its own genre, really. But they basically go through this case about this guy named Robert Durst, who was basically convicted of...
It's like a rich heir, hotel heir?
I don't know what the company is. His family is incredibly...
Heir.
Yeah, he kills this guy, he chops him up.
His neighbor.
And he has this alias that he's been hiding as. But basically, like, this happened in 2001. And the way they recap it with actual footage and actual recordings of things with also reenactments, but not like cheesy bad reenactments, like really cool looking, yeah, like high production value.
Yeah, so they did that movie, I can't remember the name of it. They did a movie about it with Kristen Dunst or whatever. And then I guess Robert Durst contacted the director or the producer, I can't remember his name.
Both, yeah.
And was like, you know, I feel like you're the only person that's not just painting me out in a negative light or whatever, and I'd love to sit down and have like an interview.
And they recorded that phone call when he called them, and
so that's like the first episode of the series.
I know, and
they show like the crime and the parts of the trial.
They show you real pictures of the body,
yeah,
the body parts.
Real interviews from the cops and stuff, and then that's the first episode. They introduce you to who he is. And how the directors got into contact with him.
And there's no actors. It's all real shit.
Oh, it's so
and you hear the recording of when Durst calls the director and producer of the movie, and you can just hear the fear in his voice. Like he's like, "Hello," and he's like, "Yes, I'm glad about this is Bob Durst," and you just hear him answering. He's like, "Yes, how's it going?" And he's just completely he's talking to like a cold-blooded fucking psychopath.
They haven't got into it in the series, but he's not, because he's not in jail.
That doesn't mean that does not mean he's not a murderer.
Of course not. But the preview of the series is basically like, this man has gotten away with multiple murders, and because he spent like $1.8 million just on the first trial.
Just on the
alone,
trial, yeah, to get out.
Lawyers.
Yeah.
So it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's wild. And they said something like, when there's a lot of smoke, that doesn't necessarily mean there's a fire, but there is a lot of smoke.
There's a lot of smoke.
And it's like, I don't know how many episodes this series is, but I'm like,
if there could just be 100 of them, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah. I don't know, something about stories like that, like, you're right, they're very intriguing, they're very scary. It's like, gets your blood pumping.
I know, I don't know what it is about, like, I love Dateline, the way that, what's his face?
Keith Morrison.
Keith Morrison is my bae. I just love the way, it's a story, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fascinating, like, how these people, what their motives are, like what they do, and then how they try and cover it up, and it's just insane.
Those are just the same species as you and me. It's crazy.
Although if you're sensitive to any sort of like blood and gore,
yeah, it's not for you.
within the first 2 minutes.
No, like 30 seconds.
30 seconds of the Jinx, there's some body parts.
Yeah, but again, this is absolutely not sponsored. This is just us telling you about our favorite HBO shows.
Three-part series. It's not The Lost Boys, or what was that we watched?
Yeah, it was like a really old 3-part HBO series documentary thing about this crazy murder that happened, and these 3 boys that got wrongly framed and put in jail for years, like 30 something years. Yeah, they were kids when they went in, and they're full blown like in their 30s and 40s when they got out. And it's like, it's a 3-part series. They're each like an hour and a half, because the series spans over 30-40 years.
Yeah.
So you see them when they go into jail wrongfully and they're just dumb kids or whatever, and then you see them when they're fucking adults and you're like, oh my god.
I think it was, they made 3 separate documentaries. So the first part is as it's happening, second part is like, wait, this is fucking wrong.
Yeah, and then the third part is when it's...
And the third part is when they finally get released.
And they had to take an Alfred plea, which is basically saying, I'm guilty, in order to get out of jail.
Right.
So it's like, it's that bitter, like that you spend that much time in jail and then you have to admit to being guilty in order to get out of jail.
Yeah, but it's just insane to see, like, you know, the justice system and how much is fucking wrong with it to protect innocent people, and yet it still happens that these people go to jail for their entire life.
It's very scary, but at the same time, it's very, very intriguing.
Give us recommendations.
Yeah, if you have any idea of what we would like, because I always in the comments when we talk about stuff, there's always some great recommendations of whatever we're talking about, because you guys are smart.
Yeah, when we were talking about games, someone told me to play Monkey Island, and then I played Monkey Island.
Monkey Island.
So fun.
Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us and letting us talk to you about our favorite shows on HBO. Also, let me know if you guys enjoy this kind of thing where we just chat. You know, I felt like it was kind of in order after a lot of travel vlogs and stuff. We kind of just wanted to decompress and talk. But see you guys tomorrow for another vlog. I love you.
Bye.
Don't get near Robert Durst. He might kill you. All right, see ya.